Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann and Associates, a full-service law firm dedicated to winning for you. Call them now for a free consultation. Welcome in Deseret News Rewind. Dusty, Litster, Dane, Stewart, as always, presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.
That's right, Dusty. If you're looking to take that next step in your life, you want to make a bit of a career change, no better place to check out than the Utah Army National Guard. You can earn up to $20,000 in educational assistance, as well as a $20,000 signing bonus on over 100, and they have over 150 different career path options available. All sorts of different opportunities to help better your life. To learn more, visit nationalguard.com.
You know, we all know nothing in this life is certain. We need people on our side to help us out and take care of the things that we don't understand. Know what we don't know. That's Heidemann and Associates. You set up a business, you have a bad investment go awry, something on personal injury, anything, go to Heidemann Associates. Let them help you. Get a free consultation. Go check them out at www.utah.law. Let them know Deseret News Rewind sent you. Okay, for 3 years, we've been going to a lot of Fremont basketball games. We've seen Dallin Hall. It was a Triple H, right? It was Hall, Harrop, Hadley. And then Hadley graduated, and it was Hall, Harrop, and the masked man, Tyke Voorhees. And then there was other guys part of it, too. Thought at the beginning of the year, I picked him to be the 6A state champion. We got a little hairy. Well, here we are on the floor of the Huntsman Center, 6A champion, Fremont Silver Wolves.
Could not be more impressed with the development of Fremont over the course of the year. And we knew they would be good, right? But seeing Layton, seeing Davis, didn't know if they could put it together to make it to this point. But, whenever we talk about best players in 6A in the state, it all starts with Dallin Hall.
Dallin, I don't know if you knew this, but Saxon Morby played just before you got to Fremont, and I always joked that he was Dane's little brother and he'd do milk and cookies and all that stuff. But how many games you've done in yours? It feels like I watched my little nephew just go out and get a state championship. How good does it feel right now for you?
This is the best feeling of my life this far. To see the hard work pay off with a W and with all my brothers, I can't put that into words, but I'm not even going to try. It's amazing.
Dallin, man, so many things that we could ask you, but you had an incredible semifinal at 38 points, really carried the load for 3 quarters. Everyone kind of got going in the fourth, and that felt like that carried over here to the state championship. Talk about this particular unit and what it was like to go through with Baylor and with Tig and with Mitch, who just kept hitting big shots in the fourth quarter of the semi and then throughout the championship here today.
Oh, there's no one I'd rather go through this with. People say big-time players make big-time plays, and that's what they are. And I have the ultimate confidence in them when I kick it out, and they have the ultimate confidence in me to get it to them. So, it's just I love my brothers, and they came through tonight like they always do.
You say that you wouldn't want to win with anybody else besides those guys. Would you want to win a state championship with any other way other than going through Layton in the semis and going through Davis after what happened in those first 2 games to claim that championship?
No, I wouldn't have it any other way. I was kind of hoping that we met here tonight because we had to make up for those last 2.
Did you become the Wolverine when you got that dunk last night on Potter?
Possibly. That was crazy. I don't know if I've got that high before in my life, but that was sick.
Dallin, when you just think back on your career, so many moments we've been covering you for years, and to be able to cap that off with a state championship, obviously a special moment for you and for this group. But when you think back tonight on your time at Fremont, what's going to be the thing that you remember most or that you hold dearest to your heart?
Just going to work every day with my brothers. We had the best times. We went to dinner a couple nights ago, and we was just reflecting on all of it. And I'm starting to get emotional, but just working each day, spending the time with them. Those are my guys, and I'm grateful to have that opportunity to play with them.
Well, Dallin, congratulations, my man. State champion, Dallin Hall.
Dallin, congratulations, man.
I meant it when I said we've been around him so much. Saw him the night before after that semifinal game. That dunk against Potter, I had to bring that up. Unreal.
Yeah.
And I love that he said he didn't know he could jump that high. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was. And, the way that he was able to do it, remember, had 2 points in the quarters, 38 in the semis, and then in the championship, he got everybody else going. And when you talk about the Triple H's, right? Yeah, there is no Hadley, but there is Harrop and Tyke Voorhees.
I feel like we're talking to kind of the nephews a little bit here, but Tyke, first of all, man, how does it feel to come out with the state championship?
It feels amazing. We've been preparing for it all year, and I'm glad we came out with the win. I'm glad. It was fun.
Baylor, you were a man on the mission in the fourth quarters in both the semifinals and the championship, really helping Fremont get through and cut down the nets. Talk about your mindset and your approach in those fourth quarters of the last two games.
You know, I was just trying to have a killer mentality and do whatever I could do to help the team get the win. And, you know, in the fourth quarters, that's when the game comes down to the end and really matters the most. So I just tried to lock in, especially in the fourth quarter, and do everything that I could do to help us get a win.
Ty, maybe both talk to this. How were you guys able to flush your minds of what happened in the first two times against Davis?
Oh, we just stayed confident in ourselves. They didn't see the real true of us, and we just had to stay confident. We've been practicing all week. We played great teams coming up, leading to this, and then we just showed them how it's done, and we got the dub.
Baylor, this is a group. You guys, we talked about you and Tig and Dallin. You guys have been playing together for a long time. What has it been like, one, to be a part of that group, and then two, to be able to cap that group's senior year off with a state championship?
You know, it's been an amazing opportunity, and like you said, we've been playing together for so long, and we were dreaming of this since junior high and even elementary, and we've been talking about it for a long time. So to be able to finally achieve our dream and to do it with all of us brothers is just something special, and never going to forget this day and this season.
How amazing is this environment? Close game, place is bumping. What was that like?
It's awesome. We love the support. We love all our fans. We have the best fans in the state for sure, and especially our parents for always coming and supporting us at each and every game. We love it so much.
Baylor, we've been asking this question to a lot. When you guys, obviously state championship, pretty special, but when you go home tonight and you kind of let everything marinate, what's going to be the moment where the thought that you think back on is your favorite or most memorable from your time at Fremont?
I think just like kind of what I said earlier, just being able to do it with my friends. You know, all of us guys on the team, we're best friends on and off the court, and to be able to have this experience with all my best friends is just something that's really special, and I'm never going to forget it.
What about you, Ty?
Yeah, same thing, just hanging out with our brothers every single day, working hard and getting better every single day, working on competing against each other and just making us better each and every day, and I love them all.
Let us tell you first, state champions. The Masked Man and Baylor Harrop, state champions. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, Baylor.
I love the Voorhees family, all bought into the Masked Man thing. It was a lot of fun to see them, and Harrop and Voorhees, part of those guys we saw for 3 years. It's awesome to see that moment. But someone we've been covering, 2007, the Roy boys. Coach Corey Mulaney, then he went to Northridge. He's now a state champion. It's been a long ways since we first met you at Roy High School, but now we get to stand with state championship head coach Corey Mulaney. Coach, what last 20 minutes? How's that set in your mind?
It sounds great. It sounds so good, man. These guys are so great. My assistants are so great, and I couldn't have done it without, you take one guy away, and we couldn't have done it.
Coach, I mean, and we joked about it, whenever we talk to you about a game and, hey, what are you going to do here and what's the key, you just always say, let Dallin do what Dallin does. Yeah. And, I mean, in the semifinal and tonight, Dallin did what Dallin does, but in very different ways. What's it been like to coach him?
It's easy. Like, he makes it easy. I don't have to run a set every time down the floor. He bails us out when things break down. You know what I mean? It didn't make me like a better coach. You know what I mean? Because it just makes me a front row spectator over there. But I joke, but it's pretty cool.
But Coach, we asked this question to Dallin. Would you want your first state championship as a head coach to come any other way than have to go through Layton in the semis and then get Davis, who you had 2 really tough nights against, to go through them to come away with the state championship?
No, I mean it was great. Such great teams, and we thought there were 3 really great teams in Region 1, and this tournament proved that. But it was so special, so special.
Well, Coach, I'm glad you acknowledged 3 great teams so that those of us who maybe picked another one, you don't give us too hard of a time. Talk about some of these other shooters. We talk about Dallin and Tig, but how about the emergence of Mitch Stratford and Stimson and some of these other guys that hit big shots for you in your state championship run?
Yeah, they did. They did all year long. And I don't think Harry played tonight, did he? Stimson, I don't think, and I didn't sub a ton. With all these media timeouts, I said, hey, we're just going to roll with these guys. Mitch was dinged up coming out of football, and then his knee was never really right, and so he shut him down, and Harry was so great, and Bridger Smith was so great. And these guys, you know what I mean, even though they didn't play right now, they got us the seed that, you know what I mean, put us in position so we could win the state championship, And we always say we don't determine your importance or your worth by your playing time. And that's so true. I mean, it's so true. Those guys were so big for us all year long.
What was the Jedi mind trick coming in tonight? You were able to snap your guys and say, hey, that, especially the second game, that's not us. The first game, because we were there for both of them, we got to see them. Yeah. What was the Jedi mind trick that Corey Mulaney pulled out here in the championship game?
Hey, we knew how good we were, and for 2 years, and we respect the heck out of Davis. They're so good, and they're so well coached, and I love the heck out of Coach Sims. I do, and. But for 2 years, they hadn't beaten us. We swept them, and they hadn't beaten us. And that first game, I thought they were hungrier than we were. They were tougher than we were, and it showed. And then the second time we played, we kind of just throw that out. Didn't have Stratford. Baylor and Dallin were sicker, But, hey, as an opposing coach, I'm like, I don't care if they're sick. We're just going to drill them and pound them, you know what I mean? And that's what they did to us. And they embarrassed us, and they got after us, and we regrouped. But really, in that locker room, I really felt like our guys knew we were better. And I said, and I think Davis knows we're better. I go, it sounds so crazy, but their players know that we're better than. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that cocky or overconfidently because, I think the heck of those guys and they're fantastic. But that's just truly what we had to believe in order to even have a chance to win today. So.
Coach, first state championship since 2005.
Yeah.
When you think back on this group, what's going to be the thing that you remember most about this core?
Just how they won in different ways. When Dallin scored 2 or when Dallin scored 40 or when Baylor scores 40 or, you know what I mean? It's just, they just won however the game, we could win in multiple ways. They said we couldn't win without a big post player or, you know what I mean, or just shooting threes. Well, we proved it wrong. You know what I mean? We proved that philosophy wrong. So,
well, Coach, state championship head coach Corey Mulaney. Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
It's interesting. Matt Barnes is someone we covered forever when he first got his first one. Vince Francis asked, hey, is this a lot like that? In some ways, yeah. But we've been around Mulaney since 2007. Hadn't had as many opportunities to get a bite at the apple as Coach did, as Coach Barnes. But these kids, Hall and Harrop, those guys, semifinals, quarterfinals, get to the championship game when maybe they didn't think they could get there. They get here and they win it.
Really impressive. I mean, I talked about the evolution of Fremont this year, and even Coach Mulaney saying, hey, Mitch wasn't healthy, and we were trying to get guys to kind of help get us to a point where we could make that run, knowing we are hoping we'd be 100% for the playoffs, and they were. And this looked like a really complete team. And you asked the question, what magic did you kind of issue out in the locker room to get the minds right? And Coach Mulaney, what a job. I mean, in the early going first quarter, I was like, is Fremont going to be ready to go? Yeah, they were ready to go. And he had his team focused, locked in. What an effort they did on slowing down Davis. This was a team that ran down their throats in 2 prior meetings this year. But for Fremont, Coach Mulaney, they were ready to go. And credit to Dallin Hall. This group, Mulaney said it, we figured out how to win in a multitude of different ways. They showed 3 different ways in the last 3 games of the year. And it caps off with a championship.
We always say in basketball, we got to have that guy. They had that guy, but they had other guys that stepped up along with him. And like Dallin said, there was nobody else he'd rather go with, and he knew his guys would step up and get it done. Well, they did in the 6A championship game. Congratulations, Fremont, your 2020 6A Boys State champions. Crazy, crazy night. Yeah. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and watching Deseret News Rewind on Deseret.com, presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.